New relic located. The Hounds of War.
Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So in this video we're going to be discussing the Ophidian aspect, which is a warlock exotic for the gauntlets that came in Rise of Iron. And as soon as I saw the perks on this thing, I knew how to make a video about it. The exotic perks are pretty crazy, so without further ado, let's take a little look at it and kind of see what it does exactly and what perks it actually grants you in your subclass tree. Alright, so currently I'm on the account of a Twitch subscriber of mine. His name is General Sound, and he's been letting me use his account for these past 2 to 3 days to kind of get used to the exotic as a whole and not just play like a few games and call it an amazing exotic. I actually got like 2 to 3 days to play with this thing before I'm making this video. So I've been running with Last Word Sniper and Sunsinger. I've really liked the Sunsinger quick draw combo along with nade throw melee distance. So if you take a look here, you have nade throw already right off the bat, and at the same time you're gonna be able to have melee distance, so you can have both at once. And typically you're only gonna have one at any given time. And a lot of people might be wondering, they've wondered in the past why I run the Crota helmet and why I run the Vogue helmet. It's because you can run nade throw distance on your helmet and then melee attack speed on your gloves. And when I'm playing Sunsinger, that combo is essential for me, because when you have nade throw distance, you throw grenades like darts, and having melee attack speed for double meleeing people like shotgunners is also super helpful. You probably already saw it in the gameplay and how effective it is. So that's one of my favorite combos in the game. So having both of those two right off the bat, so that means in year 2, if I want to play Trials, I can run both of these at the same exact time and have no problem, because I don't have to run a year 1 piece. And then the actual exotic perk as a whole is called Viper Totemic, and you get an improved energy drain, as well as it says weapon or ready your weapons quickly, but essentially it's the same exact thing as the quick draw perk from the Blade Dancer subclass tree, which in my opinion is pretty ridiculous. But let's take some look at some more actual gameplay. So if you haven't noticed by now, this thing's a little bit ridiculous. You have grenade throw distance, melee attack speed, probably the 2 most desirable perks for me to have at the same time, pretty much like hands down. And then at the same time you get improved energy drain, which is part of the Voidwalker melee, and you get quick draw. And it's not any sort of pseudo quick draw, it's not slightly delayed or slightly slower than quick draw you'd find on a Blade Dancer subclass. It's literally the same exact thing. And if you play Blade Dancer, I don't play Blade Dancer pretty much at all anymore. I mainly just play Warlock. So that's the main reason why I'm calling this broken, is that I recognize Warlock is for me at least, the best class there is currently in the game, like the best base class. I'm not talking about subclass wise, I'm talking about just if you had nothing unlocked on the class besides a movement ability, which one would be the best, and perhaps a grenade or whatever. It's just super solid. And if you get the best perk possible and stack that on top of the best base class, I think it's a little bit ridiculous. Now, I've been about the whole buffing situation for a while now, and if you see me on Twitter, I'm always talking about how stuff should be buffed. Time to kill should go up compared to how it is now. Kind of make it a little bit more like it is in year 1, or like it was in year 1. When you get the best base class already and then give it something amazing, that's not balance or making stuff faster. It's getting the best thing that you should be bringing all the subclasses on par with, and then you just add that to the class that's already on the top, if that makes any sense. So I want other classes brought up, mainly Hunter and like Gunslinger and stuff like that, to the point where they feel as strong as Warlock. Not that Warlock is like getting this new exotic and then it's kind of a breakaway. Like a Warlock, if you can use this whenever you want, obviously it's gonna be banned in tournaments and stuff. This would be like the most Warlock is just, it's becoming ridiculous. I did mention, I do not think I mentioned why I like playing Sunsinger when I have this exotic on. The reason being is that, mainly when you had a Sunsinger in the past, the main time you'd be using a grenade is when you saw someone around the corner on your radar. You couldn't actually see them with your eyes, but you saw their ping on the radar. So what you would do is throw a grenade ahead of time, and then hopefully it would tag them. And a lot of times before the nerf with the tag radius, it did tag them. But now it's a little bit iffy, and you really don't get as many tags as you would before. And when you do tag people, it's not as effective because the burn potency or the burn power has been decreased. So it doesn't burn for as long, which is I guess unfortunate for Sunsingers. But I really like using this because if you still see people, like before, if you saw someone and with skill-based matchmaking, chances are if you're a pretty good player, the players you're getting matched against have decent situational awareness. and chances are if you see them, they see you, and they're gonna start shooting at you. And if you're caught in the middle of the grenade throwing animation while someone is looking at you, 99% of the time you're gonna be dead. So essentially the main thing you're doing in the past was leading fights with a grenade, but now with quick draw, because you know you can throw a grenade super fast with nade throw distance and melee attack speed, while at the same time being able to pull out your last word extremely fast. I think the whole last word sniper loadout along with Sunsinger is very strong, and I've played with all the classes with this exotic, and I have to say this one is probably my favorite hands down. So the final verdict for me is I think it's a bit out of hand. I think it needs a little bit of balance. When I want stuff being buffed and all that, I would prefer that, you know, you get the best weapon in the game, or a top tier weapon, and you bring other weapons on par with that, rather than getting the best weapon and then buffing it. So that's just my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys you know, enjoyed the first look at the exotic. It's super fun to use. It's pretty ridiculous, but if you're, you know, playing a warlock and you're gonna go into trials on day one and you have this thing, I recommend you use it, because chances are your trials run is gonna, you know, become a lot faster once you put it on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.